Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for mid-May 2023. We're just going to jump right in here, Sag, and we are going to see what is going on for you. You have this card that says, step out of your comfort zone. You have the King of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Temperance card here. It's kind of weird. Every single person has had a card of stepping outside of a comfort zone. And, which is kind of interesting. I mean, I do think we are in a time of stepping outside of comfort zone. When you think about it, Pluto, I always say Pluto going from Capricorn to Aquarius is like the destruction of establishment. But we all have establishments that we don't even know are establishments. Like, I'm sure you all have routines that you follow for the most part, right? So even small things like that, like your daily routine can change, but really, this is a good thing. Again, you have the Knight of Wands here, which is a card of adventure. And it's like when we open up to, new ways of doing things, when we open up to our new life, you have this coffin card here. The coffin literally represents your old life. Outside the coffin represents your new life. So with the coffin card, we need to leave the coffin. We need to step into our new lives. And again, I feel like for a lot of you, you could almost be stepping into a new life here. Something that's like much more abundant, something that's much more successful, and something that is kind of more fulfilling for you as well. So I do kind of see like a lot more, I see more fulfillment, more joy, more happiness potentially coming in for you here. And so I really like to see that for you here, Sagittarius. But let's see. You have the King of Cups. I feel like there's like something that's making you sad here. We go like this down, Five of Cups to the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can be like internal fears that don't exist, but it can also be lying, cheating, stealing. And again, you have the Knight of Wands here. So if you like dealt with a liar, cheater, stealer or something, this can represent, needing to let that go, needing to heal from it. And also needing to make sure, I'm getting here with the Empress, that you need to make sure that you don't allow this to affect your self-esteem. And again, it doesn't matter what gender you are. It's like sometimes I think when a person cheats on us, we're like, what's wrong with us? What's wrong with me? And I kind of get that feeling here if that happened, or it doesn't even have to be lying, cheating, stealing. Maybe someone just left you, right? That can also hurt the self-esteem. So I kind of feel like this reading is encouraging you to be more bold, to be more confident, especially with the King of Wands here. To be bold, to be assertive, to like really go for what you want here. So the King of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, and really making something happen. And, I really feel you need to do that with this energy. So, it's all about being confident with the King of Wands. The King of Wands, I also just feel like you are showing up in a very strong, confident position. He also like really nurtures situations into existence, meaning like if he gets into something new, he really, really takes care of it. He really, really makes sure that it's going to be successful, whether it's love, business, health, doesn't matter. And so, here you are, again, really, I feel like you have like control in a situation. It's like you have the power to make something positive. I always say with the Temperance card, if it wants to focus, we can turn a positive into a negative, but we can turn a negative into a positive, but we can also turn a positive into a negative. So we can go either way. And I feel like you have the control on like how, some sort of situation in your life turns out, whether it's like, getting a new job or like whatever I feel like you're trying to create something in your life, but let's see. With the King of Cups, you have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands would be quick success coming in for you. I do feel like there is quick success coming in for you and probably a lot of abundance as well. So I feel like you're entering into a very abundant time with this Eight of Wands. I also feel there could be like a lot of communication coming in for you here. It seems like I just get like a burst of activity, really. So again, it might be, I just think this is not talking about anything, by the way. I think it's talking about like socializing, things that don't seem important, but actually are. Like maybe your friends want to spend time with you, or, I think those moments would be very helpful for you for the rest of the month. With the King of Wands, you have the Justice card. I get the feeling that for a lot of you, you just feel that the universe is more on your side, or that the universe wants to take care of you, or you just have more of that feeling to me. I hope that makes sense, where it's like, it feels like the universe is kind of like on your side, or the universe is like supporting you or guiding you, but you actually feel that way, which I don't think we always feel that way, of course. With the Temperance card, you have the Chariot. Definitely you are moving towards a victory. Going this way is pretty interesting because you go to that Four of Pentacles, and, the Four of Pentacles would be holding on too tightly to something, but I'm actually I can't wait to see what that clarifies as the Four of Pentacles, because you have the Coffin card and you have this Thoughts card. It's like you're thinking of new opportunities. Even your next card right here, you have this blessed ideas, and it says allow your ideas to come to fruition and they will bring many blessings. Love it. You also have this divine infinity. It says challenge yourself to go beyond your limitations and you'll find your own infinity. So it looks to me like you could be a challenging established belief with the Four of Pentacles. Again, Four of Pentacles can be absolutely anything that we just hold on to, that we could be beliefs, ideas, plans, goals, wishes, whatever. It can just be basically anything that we're holding on to. And I kind of feel like releasing something could be very beneficial for you with this energy. So definitely something to think about. You have the Ace of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. Ace of Cups, of course, could be a new love connection coming in for you. So if you want love, I definitely feel this could be love, obviously, coming in. Could also be your emotions overflowing, so it could be like a very happy time that's coming in for you here, and I definitely feel like a lot of happiness, joy, just good things coming in with the Ace of Cups. You also have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups can be like a disappointment. So, I feel like some of you are kind of like maybe needing to let go of a disappointing situation. No matter which way we take it, this way could be lying, cheating, stealing, or a relationship situation. Same thing going this way as well. You could be holding on to a past relationship. So I feel like you have a much brighter future, or there's a much brighter situation or opportunities coming in for you. But I feel like you need to open up to those opportunities. You also have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is about kind of being willing to move towards your desires. It can represent inconsistent energy, and I'm not saying that maybe you have dealt with an inconsistent person or, an inconsistent situation. But I also kind of feel this is talking about just like what you desire to do. Sometimes I feel the Knight of Wands, he just represents our need to be flexible in life and our need to open up to other ways of doing things, which is definitely kind of like showing up here in this reading. But let's see. With the Five of Cups, you have the Empress. Definitely a lot of like abundance coming in for you here. You have the Empress twice. So I feel like you're very attractive at this time. Like, look, with the Ace of Cups going to the King of Pentacles to the Empress, this could definitely be like an infinite. You have this divine infinity card. I kind of feel if you're getting into a love situation that is very abundant and fulfilling. And so there could be a good, like really solid connection and love coming in for you here, and it could be very abundant, is what it looks like to me. It also could be permanent. King of Pentacles is like a person who's serious, a person who wants something very serious as well. With the Five of Cups, you have the Five of Pentacles. So Five of Pentacles is definitely like a left out in the cold situation. I definitely feel some of you are feeling this, mostly because of this way, actually, with that Four of Pentacles. So if there's something you need to let go of, I would definitely work on, releasing, a past situation here where someone left you out in the cold. I would also, this week, I'm talking about the week of the 15th or whatever it is. I think Monday is the 15th, if I'm not mistaken. Literally like the last day of the retrograde and everything as well. I think it would be this week, even though this is a mid-monthly reading, I would say this week in general just feels like a good week for kind of like releasing these things, kind of like moving the energy in a new direction. With and also changing your story is where I was going with that. I really feel I've been just noticing this kind of like thread throughout all the readings. It's basically saying that now is an amazing time to change your story. If there's like some part of your story, if it wants to focus here, if there's something that you're more passionate about, or something in your life where you rather live a new story, I think now would be a week to change your story. People always say, how do I change my story? I'm like, well, just look at the words you're using. Like, what words do you tell yourself about love? Are they good words or are they bad words? And I can't tell you what they are. you have to figure it out. Same thing about money. It's like, do you use good words about money or do you use bad words about money? Just change your story, as in start talking about things instead of talking about the way things are. Talk about the way you want things to be, and that's all you have to do here. The Ace of Wands could be a very passionate connection, by the way, so I do feel there could be a very passionate new connection in love or something else coming in for you here, so definitely like to see that. Next, you have this Thought card and this Coffin card. Again, I think you're thinking about new beginnings very clearly here is what I'm getting. So, the Coffin represents your old life. Outside the Coffin represents your new life. The Thoughts card, number one, I do feel like there could be new love that's thinking about you, or you're thinking about a new person. So, obviously take it how it resonates, but I do feel there could be like a new connection coming in for you if you want love. I also think that you could just be thinking about a new beginning in your life in general. And, this row is really saying, like, move towards new beginnings. You have the Four of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. The Four of Pentacles is holding on too tightly to the past. So there's like something that needs to be let go of here. I also feel there's like an element in this reading of needing to realize that nothing can stand in your way. This card says when your head and your heart become one, you can move mountains. So it's like a card of, stepping into alignment. And I feel like if you can get aligned with your goals, wishes, dreams, and tell that story, then you're going to get something really amazing. And literally, both of these cards say that. You have that blessed ideas. It says, allow ideas to come to fruition, and they will bring many blessings. So I feel like there are many blessings coming in for you, but you have to start telling the new story. The King of Pentacles is a card of permanence, and that's what's popping into my head. Again, if you're attracting love, I'm telling you right now, this looks amazing for love. So I feel like there could be like a new person coming in who's permanent, who isn't going anywhere, right? So definitely a very solid connection going this way here. Also, if you're trying to create abundance, like if you're working on something, especially if it's providing fulfillment, I think people don't realize, like with the Ace of Cups, if we're doing something that causes our energy to overflow, that, provides us with more than enough, then we're going to be more successful. You have the Seven of Swords. Definitely can represent lying, cheating, stealing, but that's not the only thing that it represents. Can represent needing to have more fun. And that's kind of what I feel for you. He's got these polka dots on his cloak. And polka dots in the tarot represent taking things too seriously. So I do feel like if you could do anything to not take things too seriously, then you're going to be more successful. So, I feel like you need to kind of like pay attention to your like intuition. I feel like you also need to socialize. I think we talked about that at the beginning of the reading. Because I was saying, I think so, because I was saying on the Eight of Wands that I was getting something about more social opportunities. Then you have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles can be like too worried about, earthly issues, right? And the Seven of Swords is kind of like taking things too seriously. So anything you can do to like have more fun, to enjoy yourself would be a really good idea. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Swords. Yes, only seeing one way of doing things. You have that Divine Infinity card. So I feel like you need to realize that you are not like boxed in by your circumstances or your situation that you're in. Eight of Swords can represent only seeing one way of doing things when there are many ways of doing something that you want to do. So I feel like you need to open up to, the infinite possibilities, as lame as that sounds, right? I feel like you need to open up to all the different ways that you could potentially, do whatever it is that you want to do. With the Four of Pentacles, you have the Page of Cups. This is definitely love right here. This right here, are you kidding? Definitely a very solid love connection. I literally feel you could be meeting someone at work or through a work-based connection. So that's what's popping into my head. You might be interested in a person at work, or again, if you have opportunities to socialize with people from work, I would do it because it looks like that could be where you meet a person. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Seven of Cups. Two sevens kind of changes things. Two sevens together, to me, in a reading is internal fears that don't exist. So, there could be some fears that you need to overcome here. Seven of Cups would be all the what ifs, right? Like, normally there are good things and bad things in the Seven Cups that are on the Seven of Cups. So to me, it can kind of say that there are like many opportunities, or there could be like one opportunity that you're looking at right now. And again, there could be like good things or bad things about it. But with the Seven of Cups, we can just, we're projecting too much into the future, basically. We're thinking too much about it. And, Seven of Cups says you just need to try and see what happens. So if you get presented with a new opportunity in work and business and love, maybe it would be better for you to just try it, see how things go, don't overinvest, and then go from there. Next, you have this Light card. Again, this is from the Threads of Fate Empyrean Oracle. Full disclosure, I have a business relationship with Threads of Fate, but they're launching 3 new decks down below. I have a link to that. This video isn't sponsored, but you should probably know that I have a business relationship with them. Anyway, I feel like you need to go towards the light. Not literally. I feel like this is more talking about needing to listen to like your intuition and needing to move towards things that bring light into your life. Again, you had the King of Wands here. The Wands cards, you have a lot of Wands cards here, and the Wands cards always remind me of kind of like moving towards your desire, but it's like your inner light, the things that you desire to do. The Wands cards also remind me of being creative. the King of Wands, Knight of Wands, which you have both here, they don't really care how they accomplish something. They're willing to be flexible. They're willing to, find a way to accomplish what they want to accomplish. And so I kind of feel this reading is encouraging you to be flexible at this time. You have the Knight of Swords, the Justice card, and the Empress. Number one, I wouldn't rush situations right now. I think sometimes when we get out of a retrograde, we just want to rush because we've been in the retrograde. It's like, being inside during a snowstorm and you can't go outside and build a snow fort, right? And you just want to get out there and you just want to build something. That's like the feeling I get from this reading. But it's like, maybe it's been dangerous or too cold. And it's like, now you can finally leave. That's what I'm getting here. But I also feel like it's saying, don't rush. Maybe a better analogy for this would be like if you've ever been really, really sick and you don't eat the entire time you're sick, and then after you're sick, you just want to eat everything. But if you do that, you're gonna feel sick, right? If you've ever been there. And I kind of get that feeling where it's like saying, it's like all of a sudden there could be a bunch of abundance, but it's like I feel like it's saying take it slow. Don't just consume everything right away. You have this Justice card, so clearly I feel like there is justice coming in for you, as in there's more balanced situations, just better situations coming in for you in general here. So I definitely like to see that. You have the Empress. The Empress is a lot of abundance, so I feel like there are very abundant situations coming in for you here, and, I really like to see that. I also feel that you're kind of could be getting a lot of attention right now as well. If you're looking for love, I would definitely get out there and socialize. It doesn't matter what gender you are either. If you're working on a business, the Empress, you have her twice, and you have her in the same diagonal right here. It's like saying, start putting the work in, because clearly there's going to be a lot of success as long as you're going towards the light. And again, you have this card that says blessed ideas. So I would say with the Empress, you're going to want to nurture any new ideas you have. They're going to be very successful. With the Knight of Swords, love, I don't know. Every single one of these readings for the mid-monthlies has been about love, probably because, it's the end of the retrograde, and I don't know, that's usually when we can find new love and things like that. So it wouldn't surprise me if there was love. I just wouldn't rush it with that Knight of Swords. I don't feel I don't get a bad feeling from that Knight of Swords. Just average, right? I'm not saying this person is average. I'm just saying to me, it's saying this will be a good situation if you don't rush, if you take your time. And there's the ding right there, right? So definitely take your time. With the Justice card, you have the Strength card. Strength is about balance and taking your time, basically. So, that's what I would do here. And like I said, be patient. I also feel like you're being seen as being strong. See, here's the thing, is that the Empress can represent glowing energy, a glow up. The Strength card is also a card of glowing. Normally, the lady on this card, she has her hands in a lion's mouth. And it's who in the right mind would put their hands in a lion's mouth? And the answer is nobody. So it can kind of represent showing off or something along those lines. So, a lot of you could be getting attention for your strength. With the Empress, you have the Hermit. Yeah, literally, what's interesting is that he is inside of a coffin, Sagittarius. In this whole entire reading, you have that coffin card. I've been saying you need to get out of the coffin. Sometimes I feel with the Hermit that he has this inner light, and he has a star inside his lantern, and that star, he needs to open that up. He needs to share something with the world. And I feel if you want to share something with the world, now is the time. Maybe you want to start a YouTube channel. You have that light card. I feel it's time for you to shine your inner light as well. Because again, you have this blessed ideas card, which is clearly very important. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this empathy card here. I have something about communication from a past person. It's I kind of get this feeling that, if you have a past person, it's you could totally verbally destroy them, but, do you need to, is what this is saying. Or would it be more empathic, or would you have more empathy if you just kind of let it go, and it's what do you need to do? I don't know. I can't answer that question for you, but that's what I'll say there. You have this submission card. This card, you can see, it's there's a bird, but the door to its cage is open. To me, this card always reminds me of the Eight of Swords. It says you're much more free than you realize, but you have to set yourself free. So I feel like you have to set yourself free here with this energy. Next, you have this patience card. I feel like you've been patient. You have the Strength card. And so I feel like your patience is about to be rewarded. This card always reminds me of the Nine of Pentacles. She kind of looks like the Nine of Pentacles lady. So I feel like there's a lot of abundance, a lot of success, good things coming in for you with this energy. Next, you have the inspiration card. Yes, I mean, literally, we're in a time of inspiration. Like I tell everyone, it's like the best thing you can do right now is follow your inspirations. If you feel inspired to do something, go and do it. It's going to be a good idea. It's going to lead to success. So definitely follow your inspirations. And finally, you have this adaptability card. I mean, like, again, seriously, everybody has had an adaptability card. There's a card, there's a versatility, there's adaptability, and there's innovation in this deck. And everyone has had one of those cards. They all basically represent the same thing. So we are in a time of inspiration and adaptability. Like, if we come up with an idea to do something, like the way we think we're going to accomplish it, probably not. So just be open to different ways of doing things. Again, some of you have a very abundant idea coming in for you with this Blessed Ideas card, but, again, I feel like don't get too caught up in like how you're going to do it. I would just start taking the steps and then pay attention to the feedback. It's like too many times I think people think like, oh, it's like I've seen it on YouTube where people think like, oh, I have to start a YouTube channel that's about X, Y, and Z, but it doesn't work for them. And they just keep trying to bang their head against the wall. I feel like this reading is saying, just go with the flow, basically. But this looks really good here, Sag. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.